Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest and the number one wrestling talk show in the whole entire world. This is Ringside with Gio to bring you your Monday Night Raw review. My name is Giovanni Rosello. As you could already tell, people call me Gio. You could call me whatever you want, Giovanni, Gio, Rosello, whatever. I don't care. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of things to cover today about what transpired last night. On Monday Night Raw, Sasha Banks showed once again why she is the best women's heel in all of wrestling. Ricochet has a new finishing move. It's looking like the recoil, kind of a Cole Breaker-esque move. Not only that, Booker T made an appearance. We had the King's Court, the Fiend, aka Bray Wyatt, attacks another legend. I won't say yet. You're gonna have to keep on watching this video to find out who it is. Roman Reigns leads off the show. So, let's dig right into it. So, to start it off, Dolph Ziggler comes out as after Roman Reigns' entrance, and he cuts the same promo out saying how it should have been him, how he feels that he should be the top guy in the business. And you know what, to be honest with you, Dolph Ziggler is going to go down as the biggest what could have been superstar in all of WWE. I always felt like he had the talent to be the next HBK. He always had that wrestling, that was a check mark for sure. He's a great wrestler, and the way how he delivers his promos, whenever Dolph Ziggler delivers a promo, I'm always listening. The guy is really good at his promos. He's fantastic. But now, the more Ziggler speaks, the more I don't want him on TV anymore because he just doesn't back it up. You could talk the talk, but if you don't walk the walk, I don't want to see it. He just keeps on losing. It was a good match. Reigns won with a spear, of course. Ziggler did kick out of the Superman punch. It was a good match. They got both of their moves in. Quick and easy, got to the point. Makes Reigns look good. Reigns now is gaining momentum. He kind of needed that. He was kind of a little bit of a slow run, especially after those two losses to Shane McMahon. But it's looking like they're getting Roman Reigns back on track, and we're going to see what they do with him in the foreseeable future. Next was the Becky Lynch promo. Now, this was a great promo. This was straight to the point. It didn't take time. Like, she didn't waste time or anything like that. It wasn't cheesy. Didn't make me cringe. I had all eyes on it. I was paying attention. Really good promo. So she calls out everyone. Becky Lynch calls out everyone. She wants the best out of all of her opponents, and she was specifically talking about Sasha Banks. I have my notes right here, and she's basically talking about how Sasha Banks went away for 4 years from WWE. And basically crying, which is crying about her role in the business, which is actually a true statement. Sasha Banks did take, some time off from the industry. I was actually thinking that she was gonna sign with AEW, but she is a top superstar when it comes to WWE. And I know Vince wasn't gonna let her go. If she was, I feel like he learned his lesson with Cody Rhodes. We saw what happened when Rey Mysterio left. That trend when they leave and they become something better than what they already are. Look at Ty Dillinger. He's doing great in AEW. And yes, I am an AEW fan, and I can't wait till it starts in October. It's going to be great. It's going to be really good. And so, yeah, Becky Lynch, she was just bad-mouthing Sasha Banks. And, that's what her promo consisted of. Building up that storyline. It's gaining momentum now. It's heating up. And I actually look forward to seeing the mic work that both of these are going to have against each other. These promo battles. It's going to be really interesting, entertaining to see. Really excited for this. Now, I don't want them to rush a match, to a match yet. I would like to see these two going at it at a very high, at a very high level, such as WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. One of those, that would be great. But it's looking like Sasha Banks is eventually going to take the title off of Becky Lynch. And it was great to see her back. I popped last week when she came back. Now, next was the King's Court. King's Court was really good. He actually wanted to do a sit-down interview with Sasha Banks. And the King's Court, if you don't know what it is, it's when Jay the King Lawler, WWE Hall of Famer, comes out. And, he kind of does what, the Miz TV or, the Kevin Owens show or Chris Jericho used to do. It's something like that. But the King's Court will really star that all, those talk shows on WWE. So, yeah, he wanted to have that sit-down with Sasha Banks. But the Fiend, yes! I love this. I love what they're doing right now with Bray Wyatt. This is amazing. So the Fiend, the lights go off. Jay the King Lawler says, I've seen this before. Gets out of the ring. The guy looks like Usain Bolt getting out of the ring. Like, Jesus, like the guy comes out, goes all the way to the ramp, goes all the way to the end. And I don't know why. He literally just could have done this. Just turn around. The Fiend was right behind him. He puts the claw in his mouth. Knocks out the King. And oh, by the way, Corey Graves was on vacation today. They said at the beginning of the show. That's why Jerry the King Lawler was on commentary today. And yeah, once he did that, of course, they're going to find the replacement for the King for tonight's show. Vic Joseph did a phenomenal job. I hope to see him in the foreseeable future for Monday Night Raw. He did a great job. I'm really happy for him. He did really good. He's comes from 205 Live. And yeah, it was really good. And next was Ricochet and The Miz versus Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin. This was I would have to say this was a filler match basically. They had to do it. I understand. I'm fine with it. It's a 3-hour show. I understand. You got to do what you got to do. But yeah, Ricochet pins Corbin after a cold breaker-like move that commentary may have called the recoil. It was a nice looking move. I'm happy to see that they're not showing the same finisher that Ricochet has done before this. Save that finisher for big moments. You don't always have to show it. Like, you just don't. And also, you don't want the guy to get hurt. What Ricochet does, that move that he does from the top rope, you got to be careful with that. You don't want to always do it. Just show it on big matches. And they did a good job here by showing a new move called the recoil. I'm really happy about that. Now, next was the Booker T interview. Booker T, now they've been doing this thing like a Skype call, like interviews that they've been doing lately. And Booker T, he's on Skype talking with Michael Cole. They did it last week with Stone Cold. He was talking about like how he's his new show that he's having after the Monday Night Raw on the USA Network after 11. And the Booker T talked about not Seth Rollins, the King of the Ring tournament, how he's really happy about that, who he thinks is going to win. And he talked about also how the Fiend is attacking all these Hall of Famers. Booker T, I promise you do not want to get in the ring. Stay away from the business, buddy. Stay away, because then you're going to get a claw right down your throat, and it's not fun. Just trust me. Don't do it. And he picked Drew McIntyre to win the King of the Ring tournament. And that's who actually I have winning as well. In my opinion, Drew McIntyre is a top guy in this industry. He hasn't been used right since he has been called up from NXT. I'm not saying him being a heel is bad or anything. Heel, babyface, whatever. Drew McIntyre is great. He's one of the best wrestlers in this world. And I'm going to believe that. Nobody can change my mind on that. So on the Monday Night Raw side, Cesaro and Samoa Joe face off. Ricochet and Drew McIntyre go up against each other. Cedric Alexander and Sami Zayn and The Miz versus Baron Corbin. That's for the Raw side. For the SmackDown side, we got Kevin Owens versus Elias. Mustafa Ali, my mistake, Ali. I don't know why they took away his first name, but whatever. Versus Buddy Murphy. Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin. And Apollo Crews versus Andrade. I got this going from the Raw side, Drew McIntyre, and from the SmackDown side, Andrade. Give me an NXT TakeOver rematch. That will be phenomenal to see. Drew McIntyre should win this. If Andrade wins, I'm cool with that too. Both of those guys could really use this. This will be really good in their career. This will be great. Now, on to the next thing. We got Braun Strowman versus AJ Styles. And he did have the OC right by his side, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, for the United States Championship. Excuse me. And Strowman wins via disqualification. He was just beasting and feasting on AJ Styles. AJ was trying to run away from Braun this whole entire match. And eventually, the OC, my mistake, the OC, that's the new name now. That's the new name. I was okay with the club, but they changed names. You know how WWE is. They always got to change names every now and then. What's not broken, don't fix it. I don't know why they do this, but whatever. So, yeah, Braun Strowman wins via disqualification. And he was getting beat down by Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, but then Seth Rollins came out like a maniac and chased him out of the ring. So then after that was the backstage with Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins. So Braun Strowman was walking. He was like livid. The guy looked like he wanted to like just eat somebody alive. And Seth Rollins like stops him. He's like, look, I'm going to ask for a tag team championship match. We got to end the OC. And then we could get to you and me for a universal title match. Because I want you to fight me for the universal title. Seth Rollins wants Strowman. I feel like Strowman this is long overdue. Strowman should have beaten Lesnar for the Universal title when they had the chance. When the iron is hot, you gotta strike. You just can't wait and wait, because Strowman's lost so much. He's lost so much heat, and it's kind of, I feel like it's forced down. Like, they're kind of forcing it. They're trying to force Strowman to get that push once again. But we just gotta see how this is gonna go out. But yeah, that's what happened. They do get the match. It gets accepted, I guess, by the Authority. And I don't know. I'm not sure who they asked, but I would assume maybe Triple H. After that was Samoa Joe versus Cesaro. This was the first King of the Ring tournament. These were two heels. Some people thought that that there wasn't going to be a winner at all. And this match, because it was two heels, maybe some, who knows? We'll see, maybe a typical, both of them are counted out, typical WWE style match. Who knows? But I actually had Joe winning. I had Joe winning. He won. He was able to reverse a springboard European uppercut. This was a really good match. He got the coquina clutch in, tapped out Cesaro. In the beginning of the match, Cesaro delivered this uppercut, and I was like, oh my God, is Samoa Joe okay? Because his head just rocked back. It was insane. But yes, Joe wins via submission. He advances to the next round, to the second round, and it was really good. Next was the Elias segment. So in this segment, we had Elias saying how he's going to be on a farewell tour, and while he was speaking, his guitar and his mic was like making these weird sounds, like there was malfunctions, but it was actually R-Truth messing with him, and R-Truth was dressed as a producer. So during this, he tried to like distract Elias, try to pin him, and one of the other producers was also dressed up as a referee. So you could already imagine how this was a 24/7 title thing. I'm not really a fan of it. I do find it funny. I gotta give them credit where credit's due. It is funny, but it's not really needed on WWE TV. They should focus more on, like, serious storylines. But I guess this is the entertainment side of the business, but whatever. And R-Truth was not able to win. He did pick up the guitar, and the guy freaking swung like if he was Bryce Harper. I was like, let's relax over here, buddy. he almost killed Elias. Like, this was a massive swing. Like, he looked like Bryce Harper the other day in that walk-off against the Cubs. That was great, by the way. Saw live, unbelievable. Good for Bryce Harper. He's my favorite player in baseball. And it was just really good to see him getting that heat once again. He's out right now. Bryce Harper is on a hot streak. But hey, I'm getting off target. I'm getting off track. Let me get back on this. So yeah, R-Truth tries to go for the roll up twice on Elias. Elias ends up escaping, and yeah, that's what that concluded of. Now Rey Mysterio came out in a backstage interview with Charlie Caruso, and he started crying, saying, "Oh, like it's time for him to hang up his mask. He feels like he's a disgrace because he almost." He had his mask taken off by Andrade, but his son Dominic comes out, cuts a promo, and he's like, "Look, I don't think you should quit. I want to win a championship with you." And Rey Mysterio was crying, and Dominic was able to stop his father from retiring, and that's what that consisted of. You got to see it so you can really get that emotional side of it. It was a heart touching, but didn't really get me out of my seat or anything like that. Next was the New Day versus the Revival. This was one of my favorite parts of Monday Night Raw. So on here, the New Day do win via disqualification because, like, Big E was about to run into like one of the guys from the Revival. I'm not sure if it was Scott Dawson, and he was about to run into him, with that running move that he does, and the camera work was fantastic. Randy Orton comes in, hits him with a devastating RKO. It was great. It was awesome. Kofi Kingston comes in because they're about to do the same thing to Xavier, but eventually the numbers do get to Kofi Kingston, and he gets RKO'd. Xavier Woods gets RKO'd. Everybody's getting RKO'd, and they do like break Xavier Woods' legs, his knees. And Randy Orton has like Kofi Kingston watching. He's holding him by the hair, making him look. And it's looking like we got a new stable in WWE. I'm a big fan of this. This is really going to help the Revival gain lots of momentum because they have a guy like Randy Orton on their side, one of the best guys in the business. These guys are looking unstoppable right now. Tell me one group in WWE that can beat them besides the Undisputed Era. Go ahead. It's going to be tough. So next was the Sasha Banks interview with Michael Cole. She basically, Michael Cole asked her what changed, and instead of what changed about her, and instead of saying what she did, why she did it, she said her hair changed, her hair color. It used to be purple, now it's blue. That was hilarious. She was very cocky-like, and he kind of asked her the same question again. She got up and said, "You're welcome," like a savage. Good for her. Good for her. Good to see Sasha Banks back in that role. Now, next was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. Another throwaway match. Guess to like make the Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross look good. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross win via pinfall. Cross pins Deville after a swinging neck breaker. Then we go backstage with Seth and Braun. Braun's looking at the Universal title. Braun Strowman told Seth to follow his lead. Seth told him to follow, no, you follow my lead. I thought that would cost them, but guess it didn't. And it actually didn't, as you could tell by the winner of the main event. And but I'll get to that later on. So next was Cedric Alexander versus Sami Zayn. This was the second match of the King of the Ring tournament. Cedric Alexander wins via pinfall with his lumberjack finisher. What a thing of beauty that thing is. Like, dude, the way how he delivers that, dude, it's amazing. Like, there's I don't know how he does it. It's just a beautiful thing to see. But yeah, Sami Zayn, guy just keeps on losing on TV. I think it's time to put Sami Zayn away from TV. Had this guy do do something new with Sami. Like what you did with Bray Wyatt, do now with Sami. And I'm not saying the same character or anything like that. But come on, it gets to a point that we know what Sami Zayn's capable of. But if you're not going to use him the way how he should be, what's the point? Next was a Street Profits segment. These guys are great. They're funny. You know, they were just doing a recap of like basically what I'm doing on Monday Night Raw. But these guys are extremely funny. Not that much happened really there. You would have to see that on their YouTube channel. But yeah, it was just a recap of what's going on in Raw so far throughout the night. And next was this Sasha Banks segment. This was the oh my god moment of the whole entire show. So Natalya was talking about how the passing of her father is coming up and how her arm got worse, and she was really upset about why Sasha did what she did. But Sasha Banks literally attacks her while she's saying all that. And she pulls her, like she grabs her hair and she tells her, get ready for this. She tells her, go to hell and tell your father I said hi. Okay, that was excessive, but that shows you why Sasha Banks is the best women's heel in all of wrestling. You cannot debate that. You just can't. She is so good at what she does. And it's good to see the heel Sasha Banks back. It really is. Now, at the end was the Raw Tag Team Championship. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman versus the OC. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman win. The OC was targeting Seth's injured ribs throughout the match. Strowman pins Anderson after a running power slam. And Seth Rollins does the curse stop on AJ Styles. AJ tried to interfere in this match. I'm not happy to see the Tag Team Championship coming off the OC. They were getting momentum. Every time you think they're about to get hot, they just lose. It's the same thing over and over and over again with them. But we got new Raw Tag Team Champions. And it's been going hot potato with the title. I really want the Tag Team division to be like NXT or like AEW. Give it that fire. Give it. And it'll be so good for the industry. Tag Team wrestling is an art. And, but yeah, it wasn't a great show. It wasn't even a bad show. It wasn't an okay show. It was a good show. I give it a thumbs up. If they were able to build storylines today, they are progressing, looking good. Today, you're going to be seeing this at around 6:30ish. And I will be doing a SmackDown review as well and NXT. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you subscribe. You got to like and you got to comment. Come on now. Come on, I know you want to. I just started working with Modern Sports Day Media. This is going to be one of our new shows. And I really hope you all enjoyed. This was really fun. And I can't wait to see you all tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, and take care.